Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 7 p.m. English newscast on Info Television. We kickstart with our top stories. As we draw close to the October 2025 election, the Info TV newsroom looks at how some press organs in the nation's capital are gearing up for the campaign. And a two-day workshop has started in Yaoundé this September 1, 2025 with the objective of promoting education for all. Those were our headlines. Details right ahead. Welcome back. As the 2025 presidential election approaches, media houses are launching various activities to accompany the election campaign. Our newsroom sought to find out how some media houses are preparing ahead of this campaign. Let's watch.
Media outlets are working to provide reliable sources of election information to help people participate in the political process and ensure they are not misled by contrary narratives. At Sky One radio station, campaign readiness is high.
L'élection présidentielle au Cameroun.
Presidential election in Cameroon is one of the most important elections, and from a media point of view, we can't remain indifferent faced with this. And also concerning programs, we thought of coming out with one program called Cameroon 2025, a bilingual program which is going to have varieties.
Variés.
Meanwhile, press workers at Radio Tiemeni Siantu are developing insightful programs to support the campaign.
Il y aura des programmes.
There shall be programs mainly focused on the elections for all the 11 candidates, and we will not be supporting a particular party, so we are not going to take sides. We have equally initiated a caravan, and with a pickup there shall be a live broadcast, so we are still working on this.
Donc, nous sommes en train de travailler dessus.
As the country and the media in particular anticipates a hitch-free campaign for the 2025 presidential election, a smooth run of the process would be welcomed by many.
Political elites gathered in Balmayo in the Nyong and So division on August 31 to strategize and raise awareness ahead of the September presidential pre-election campaign. The meeting was chaired by the head of the CPDM Divisional Permanent Delegation for Nyong and So, Diodone Zangba Obele, as you tell us in this report, Jessica Ndiwu.
Political elites have gathered to raise awareness about the upcoming electoral campaign and to emphasize the need for strategic and financial preparation to meet the challenges ahead. The goal was to plan and implement strategies to ensure the campaign's success and maintain unwavering support for their candidate, His Excellency President Paul Biya. Achieving this requires meticulous preparation, especially during this period of intense competition on the ground.
La première des choses que chacune de nos sections devra faire sera
The first task for each of our sections is to establish full mastery of the total numbers of polling stations with their area of responsibility, while identifying both the name and geographical location of each station. Based on this, designations will be made for each polling station according to its size, with 3 to 4 officials assigned to ensure proper sensitization and the effective participation of all registered voters throughout the electoral process. This designated team will carry out door-to-door mobilization during the entire campaign period and the polling day itself, motivating voters to exercise their civic duty.
de la liste électorale complète de leur bureau de vote d'accréditation.
Over 4 million CFA francs were contributed, adding to nearly 25 million already raised. With resources in place, the stage is set for key provisions to be implemented and concrete actions taken to ensure the presidential elections unfold peacefully before, during and after the vote. Let us make the effort to put aside personal ambitions and internal political rivalries, especially with local elections not yet on the horizon. This moment calls for self-reflection and a sense of responsibility from each of us. With a call for unity and support, focus shifted to the September 12 visit of the Secretary General of the Central Committee of CPDM, Jean Kweti, to Gomza.
La sensibilisation de la plupart de nos militants et même des fils d'union aussi au-delà de nos militants.
The essence of this gathering lies in raising awareness among our activists and even sympathizers beyond the party to build a common strategy for the success of our candidate, President Paul Biya. It is also a call to all elites and activists for financial contributions, as resources remain vital in this electoral process. The key announcement is that the Secretary General of the Central Committee, His Excellency Jean Kweti, will be in Gomza on September 12 to inaugurate the newly renovated party house.
La maison du parti qui a été rénovée par le ministre Grégoire Ouena.
With strategies mapped out and a strong call for unity, CPDM elites say they are ready to face the challenges of the upcoming elections. Gomza on September 12, where Secretary General of the Central Committee of CPDM, Jean Kweti, is expected to inaugurate the renovated party house, signaling a new phase of the campaign.
The Ngaoundéré National Gendarmerie has launched an extensive security operation in the high-crime neighborhoods of Ngaouyanga and Bayanga, targeting criminal hideouts and reinforcing public security. Patience Shintum gives us details of the operation in the following report.
In a decisive move to curb rising crime, the National Gendarmerie of Ngaoundéré launched a major security operation in the notorious neighborhoods of Gwayanga and Bamianga. The operation, which began at 4 a.m. under the supervision of squadron leader Claude Laurent Agwan, targeted hideouts used by criminals with the goal of safeguarding residents and their property. I want to first of all remind you that this is a security coverage operation of our urban zone prescribed by the Secretary of State for Defense in charge of the National Gendarmerie, locally supervised by the Colonel and Commander of the Adamawa Gendarmerie Legion. Yesterday, we went out on the field for the first operation, during which 31 people were picked up, amongst which 29 were without ID cards. We also confiscated 43 motorbikes, pending the presentation of documents by the owners before circulation. The sweep resulted in 101 arrests for lack of ID and other violations, alongside the seizure of 61 motorcycles, 25 containers of adulterated fuel, 12 generators and numerous mobile phones, coins and bladed weapons. Owners of confiscated items were invited to reclaim them with proper documentation. This morning, as I stepped out, I suddenly saw gendarmes arresting those without ID cards, and bikes with no documents were taken. When they come like this, bandits are scared away, and this helps in such a way that robbery attacks and untimely deaths are curbed. I really appreciate the gendarmerie for stepping to our aid and securing us. They actually took nothing from me because all my documents are intact. Squadron leader Claude Laurent Agwan called on the population to cooperate fully with the gendarmerie, stressing that community collaboration is key to maintaining safety and restoring peace in these crime-prone areas.
And we remain in Ngaoundéré to talk about the Brigadier General Pelene François Pelene, who received widespread recognition in Ngaoundéré at Adamawa region as family, friends and local communities celebrate his promotion to General by President of the Republic. Let's get the details in this report.
Brigadier General François Pelene is celebrated in Ngaoundéré, Adamawa region, following his promotion to General by the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. A Thanksgiving Mass at the Millennium Cathedral of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Cameroun brings together family, friends, classmates, church members, and even one of his former teachers from the Norwegian School of Ngaoundéré.
J'ai suivi mon stage en 2018.
I went for field training in 2018 and General Pelene undertook the program in 2019 and came out with the prize of excellence. That is, he was one of the best in that promotion. As of post where he has served, he was in office as chief instructor at the Transmission Battalion between 1996 and 1998. As a man of the field, he did not last long in the office because from 1999 till date, General Pelene has been on the field.
Le général Pelene est sur le terrain.
Officiated by Bishop Matteo Jedere, the ceremony sees the general carried in triumph by his brothers from Adamawa, while Muslim faithful and other religious communities offer prayers in his honor. Testimonies, including a detailed biography by Colonel Gabriel Toang, highlight his journey and achievements.
C'est l'émotion qui me gagne.
I'm overwhelmed by emotions because his professional talents are impeccable and the testimonies given today are testament to his dedication. I practically shed tears of joy.
Même aux larmes.
Thanks to God, for He is the one who elevates and prospers. It is very important to always come back and thank God for His goodness. We want to take this opportunity to call on God's people to learn the act of thanksgiving because it portrays faith and is a source of grace. In his homily, Bishop Jedere encourages Brigadier General Francois Pelene to remain truthful, embrace God's grace, and uphold integrity. The native of Mayokani in Cameroon's far north region leaves the celebration with the pride and admiration of his community.
Dear viewers, thanks for choosing to stick around with the news on Info Television. And now let's talk education, as a two-day workshop has kicked off in Yaoundé this September 1, 2025 with the objective of promoting education for all. The event, which held at the Center Regional Delegation for Basic Education, brought together several education stakeholders and discussions centered on how to better implement inclusive education, as you tell us in this report, Mimi Tiobo.
The objective of the two-day workshop seminar starting on September 1st, 2025 in Yaoundé at the delegation is education for all. The National Policy of Inclusive Education in Cameroon is a governmental plan aimed at developing the provision of inclusive education in Cameroon. This workshop highlights and ensures that children with special needs have access to equitable, inclusive and quality education, as well as the development of professional skills and opportunities for lifelong learning in an adapted, healthy and protective environment.
Nous voulons déjà remercier le professeur Serge Alain Etuningwa, ministre de l'Éducation de base.
We will first of all thank Professor Laurent Serge Etuningwa, the Minister of Basic Education, to have taken upon himself to defend this national inclusive policy, which on a practical plan will permit that education be revised. I will want to indicate that this workshop on extension will go through the level of calling actors of this chain to better apply this governmental policy practically.
À pouvoir mieux s'impliquer pour que cette politique gouvernementale soit pratique.
To attain the objective of this workshop, a review of what has been done and what needs to be done was conducted to ensure that all children, regardless of their ability or disabilities, have access to education.
The objective of this floor is to bring everybody together in order to take care of all types of children in our schools, especially those children with several or different disabilities. So we have to sensitize, you have to mobilize the community so that everybody understands what should be done for them.
By implementing this policy, Cameroon aims to create a more inclusive, equitable education system, providing opportunities for all learners to succeed. The occasion was attended by various educational boards.
School administrators in Cameroon have officially resumed duty this September 1, 2025, marking the beginning of preparations for the 2025-2026 school year. Mimi Tiobo visited some schools in the city of Yaoundé and compiled the following reports.
School administrators in Cameroon officially resumed duties on September 1st, 2025. This resumption of administrators is to prepare for the new academic year, which include planning, budgeting, organizing school activities, and ensuring that teachers and support staff are in place and all necessary personnel matters are addressed before the start of classes. On the academic plan, we have to be on the right line with ministerial objective, which is linked to orientate information towards new technology. So we will have in priority to see how to go deeply with artificial intelligence, a formation mostly numerical. Our PowerPoint is also on discipline. We will reinforce discipline. Administrators also oversees the maintenance and upkeep of school facilities, ensuring that everything is in good condition for the new academic year. We came to the field to prepare the school. We need to put it in a clean state and to put the information boards which will be used throughout the year. The didactic materials, we need to prepare them for teachers who will come in 2 days for them to also prepare to welcome the children on the 8th. By resuming early, administrators ensures a smooth start to the academic year, providing a solid foundation for teachers and students to succeed.
The holiday enrichment program in Dukula and Dacheka subdivision of the Mayo-Danai Far North region has concluded. Spearheaded by the Secretary of State Boniface Bayaola, the initiative aimed to help school-age-going youth strengthen their academic skills during the vacation and concluded with the distribution of school supplies, as you tell us, Patience Shintum.
During the recent school break, young students in the localities of Dukula, Tatika, and Gowintala participated in an intensive holiday program designed to reinforce learning and academic skills. The initiative offered remedial classes, educational activities, and interactive sessions aimed at keeping students engaged while strengthening their knowledge during the vacation period. Minister Bayaola organized this program to support us, and I personally benefited from receiving notebooks, which will be very helpful in the 2025-2026 school year. I sincerely thank Minister Bayaola for this initiative. Minister Bayaola. Spearheaded by the Secretary of State for Secondary Education, Boniface Bayaola, the program reflects a broader commitment to promoting education, nurturing academic excellence, and supporting students in achieving their full potential. During the program, students were guided by qualified local teachers as well as student teachers from Yaoundé. This effort also honored our parents and the promoter who initiated the program. We hope that our upcoming exam results will reflect the hard work we put in during the holidays. The program concluded with simultaneous closing ceremonies in Dukula and Gowintala, during which school supplies were distributed to the beneficiaries. I am extremely happy and proud of what Minister Bayaola has done for us. Thanks to this program, we will start the school year ahead, covering 2 to 3 chapters before our classmates, which gives us a strong head start. Learning during the vacation has truly been of great help. By combining learning, support, and recognition, this holiday program underscores the importance of continuous education and community engagement in fostering the success of young learners.
And now we talk sports, as football lovers over the weekend entertained exciting moments as Morocco clashed against Madagascar during the African Nations Cup Championship CHAN and finally grabbed the trophy. The indomitable Lions, on their parts, intensified preparations for the World Cup qualifiers as the team will face Eswatini in the days ahead. Sports reporter Philips Enchi has the details.
In a remarkable display of football prowess, Morocco has etched its names in the annals of African football history by winning the Total Energies African Nations Championship for a record third time. The Atlas Lions' journey to glory was not without challenges. After a modest start with a 2-0 victory over Angola, Morocco faced a setback with a 1-0 defeat against the host Kenya. Yet, under the astute guidance of coach Tariq Sektoui, the team showed resilience and determination, bouncing back with a 3-1 victory against Zambia and 3-1 victory against DR Congo, qualifying the team for the knockout stage. The quarterfinals and semi-finals saw Morocco navigate through tough opponents with a disciplined 1-0 victory over Tanzania, restoring confidence. Although they faced stiff competition from defending champions Senegal, Morocco's momentum was unstoppable heading into the final. The final against Madagascar turned out to be a crowning moment for the forward Oussama Lamilawi. The prolific striker scored twice, including a breathtaking 40-yard strike, as Morocco sealed a thrilling 3-2 win. This victory not only showcased Morocco's footballing talent, but also underscores the team's growing identity and cohesion. The World Cup qualifiers proceed as Cameroun is off to a promising start in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, sitting near the top of their group. The expanded World Cup format, featuring 48 teams, gives the indomitable Lions a better shot at qualification. The team's success on developing young talent with several players in top European leagues marking a significant impact. Key factors contributing to their success include securing wins at home, which has significantly impacted their standing in both AFCON and FIFA qualifiers. Playing in stadiums like the Olympic Stadium provides strong crowd support, boosting their performances. Talented players like Karl Toko Ekambi and Brian Mbeumo, who are excelling in top European leagues, bring valuable international experience to the squad. With continued development of young talent and strategic gameplay, Cameroon's chances of qualification look stronger than ever.
And that information in sports takes us to the end of this edition. But before we go, a recap of our top stories. As we draw close to the October 2025 election, the Info TV newsroom looked at how some press organs in the nation's capital geared up for the campaign. And a 2-day workshop has started in Yaoundé this September 1, 2025, with the objective of promoting education for all. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for your keen attention, and remain in the company of our programs with Claudian Tar coming up at 8 p.m. with the news in the French language. Have a good evening.